Hi, so in this lesson we're going to look at inverse proportion. If you haven't watched the video on direct proportion, I would stop this one, go back to that and watch that first before attempting to look at this video and attempt these types of questions. So with inverse proportion, we set it up slightly differently. We still use the fish, and I've just used y and x here as some variables. But if something is inversely proportional to something else, we put the fish and then we put 1 over the second variable mentioned. And then as we do with direct proportion, we replace the fish with an equals and a k. And because k times 1 is just k, we can write it like this. So let's go straight into another sort of what would be a maths paper question on proportion. They tend to like this setup where you have to find the expression first and then they use a table to find either y or x. So in this question, given that y is inversely proportional to x and that y is equal to 4 when x is equal to 3, find an expression for y in terms of x. So again, let's start by writing my expression. So y is inversely proportional to x. So we put y, fish, but it's 1 over the x this time because it's inversely proportional. And it's always 1 over the second variable. Again, I'm going to replace my fish with an equals and a k. And then put it over x. Now substituting the values that we've been given. So y was 4. K is what we don't know and we need to try and find, and x is 3. Now because I want k, I need to do a little bit of rearranging and solving. I need to get rid of this divide by 3, so I'll take it up over the other side where it's going to turn into a times. So from there you can see that k is going to be equal to 12. But again, that will only get you 2 out of your 3 marks, like on the previous video. So now you have to substitute this value of k, your constant of proportion, back into this expression that you started with here. So y is going to be equal to 12 over x. So this is now the expression that you're going to use in part B. So I'm going to write it down here again. Y is equal to 12 over x. So they've given you a table with missing values. This is complete and it's the values that you've just used in part A. Y is 4, x is 3. So what you have to do here is you have to find out what the value of y is going to be when you know that x is equal to 0.25. So what you need to do there is substitute that into the formula here. So let's do that one. So y is going to be 12 divided by 0.25. So with that one, you've got to see how many 0.25s go into 12. This wasn't on a calculator paper. So there's 4 0.25s that go into every one. So really, this is kind of like the same as doing 12 times by 4, which is going to give you 48. Okay, the next one. Y is going to be 1/5 and x is the missing variable this time. So again, use your formula. So we know that y is 1/5. Divided by x. So what we can do in this one, we can say, well, I've got to divide by 5 here that you potentially want to get rid of. So I'll take it over the other side and turn it into a times. And that will give me work that part out. I'm going to have to go underneath because I've run out of room. 12 times 5 is 60 all over x. But at the moment I have my x on the bottom of a fraction here. So to remove that from the bottom I need to take it up over to the other side where it's going to turn into a times. X times y1 is just x. So we know now that x is equal to 60. I can fill in my table there. So that's inverse proportion. Thank you.